Have you ever struggled with mental health in teenage years?
I haven't myself, but I've known of lots of friends of mine that have, and people that I know.
Do you think that mental health should be shown more often through books or YouTube clips?
Yeah, I think it should be more open to the public to know what to do in certain situations if they do find themselves in them and don't want to speak to people about it.
Will you ever buy a book about mental health?
I think maybe I would if I was in that situation at the moment.
What is your age and occupation?
I'm 18 and I'm in college.
Have you struggled with mental health in teenage years?
Yeah, I think I have, and I think quite a few people have around our age. It's quite a stressful time.
Do you think that mental health should be shown more often through books or YouTube clips?
Yeah, definitely. I think we should be more educated about it, just so we know what to do. Like, we're kind of left to our own devices a lot.
Yeah. Will you ever buy a book about mental health issues?
I mean, personally I wouldn't, because I don't really read many books, but I mean, maybe. It depends on the price.
And another thing, if in YouTube it would be like a clip about mental health, would you watch it?
Yes. Yeah.
Have you struggled with mental health in teenage years?
Yeah, on and off throughout the years since I was like 11.
Or do you think that mental health should be shown more often through books or YouTube clips?
Yeah, I think it should be, because there's a lot of damaging stuff on like social media and there's less positive on there. It's got better throughout the years, but there isn't as much representation of how you can get help as I think there should be.
Will you ever buy a book or watch a YouTube clip if they were in case?
I probably would. If I thought it was going to help me in some way with anything I struggled with, I probably would buy
Oh,
something.
thank you. What is your age and occupation?
I'm 17 and I'm a student.
Have you struggled with mental health in teenage years?
A little bit here and there. Wouldn't say struggled, but experienced it, yeah.
Do you think that mental health should be shown more often through books or YouTube clips?
I think, yeah, there's no harm in helping people where they can, yeah.
Will you ever buy a book about mental health or watch a YouTube clip?
If it resonated with my issues, then yeah, I would.
We've both struggled with mental health throughout,
Especially throughout
our teenage years. Not just like situational, like it's not just things that have happened to us, which we have had the fair few negative things, but it's also just built within us. Like we have mental health issues which like runs in the family, I guess. I have that a lot with like my mum, and yeah, I think it's about showing it in the right way.
I think there's a lot of ways to show it. Yeah, it's shown a lot, but I think a lot of the time it can be seen in like a way that it doesn't really teach a lot of people about how to.
I think there's a massively heavily enforced toxic positivity right now in the media, and it's like.
And there isn't a lot of way in the media trying to teach you how to look after the people around you who might be struggling.
There's also like a love yourself banners everywhere constantly, which isn't always the healthiest way of dealing with problems. It's not just you can't just switch on a light that's like love yourself. It takes a long time and a lot of different situations, and it needs to be dealt with in more intricate ways.
Yeah, I agree with that. Will you ever buy a book or watch a YouTube clip if they were about body positivity or domestic abuse or any?
I'm bad with that.
I do with like YouTube clips and stuff like that. I try, if they come up and I think like I'll relate to it, then I'll watch it.
When I'm in a bad place mentally, I don't seek out positivity online or on books and things
when
like
I'm in a bad place, I just kind of shut myself out from it a lot, which isn't good. But I think I could open.
Especially when you're going through a bad place mentally and there is that toxic positivity being thrown at you, which you can't just suddenly switch the way you feel.
And do you think if there were in case like a YouTube clip about someone that has struggled with that mental health, and they would have presented how they helped themselves and how they gone through it, do you think that would be more helpful than just being like, okay, love yourself or something?
Yeah, no, so much more. Honestly, whenever I watch a video or anything like that where I see someone going through a struggle that I think that I'm only going through, it just makes me feel so much better, and I don't do it as much as I should.
It's always about sharing experiences, and it's like, I don't think the best people to share knowledge on how to better one's mental health are the people that haven't been through anything. I think you've got to have an understanding of it to be able to talk about it.
The feeling of not being alone all the time, and seeing that someone else is going through what you're going through, and that they can get through it, or they can help you, or show you how they help themselves to try and help themselves.
Thank you so much. The last question is, what is your age and what is your occupation?
I am 17 and I am a college student. What did you guys say?
I'm 17 and I'm a college student.
Have you struggled with mental health in the teenage years?
I have, yeah, particularly with school, quite a lot of anxiety about it.
Yeah, I have also throughout all my schooling, definitely.
Do you think that mental health should be shown more often through books or YouTube clips?
Definitely, I think it would be a lot easier for people to realise that it's an issue and get help with it, and then be able to try and move past it if they know what it is. If they don't know what it is, they're obviously not going to be able to improve upon it.
Yeah, I agree with that, definitely, and help break the stigma around it as well.
Will you ever buy a book or watch a YouTube clip about mental health?
Yeah, I'd probably be more inclined to watch a YouTube video than buy a book, but it depends on the book, really.
Yeah. I think the same.
Age and occupation?
I'm 17 and I'm a student.
I'm 18 and I'm a student.
Have you struggled with mental health in the teenage years?
Yes, definitely in the teenage years, not when I was younger, but as I get older I feel like the more stresses of life do just kind of clog up your mind, and yeah, definitely in teenage years.
Do you think that mental health should be shown more often through books or YouTube clips?
Yes, I do. I think it would help spread awareness. If people are educated about it, they can be more conscious and help others.
Will you ever buy a book or watch a YouTube clip about mental health?
Yeah, I think buying a book's a really good idea because it's like physical, like reading a book in itself is quite therapeutic, especially if you're reading about mental health. I think it would be really beneficial, but also watching YouTube videos are quite nice if you're just like relaxing. So yeah, I think books and YouTube videos are quite good.
What is your age and occupation?
I'm 18 and I'm a student.
Thank you.
Seeing you got ritualistic.